Are you in a toxic relationship or marriage? How do you know it's toxic? And what do you need to do to get out now from that toxic relationship? I'm Patrick Wanis, human behavior and relationship expert, PhD. Stay with me because in this video I'm going to reveal to you the 14 steps, the 14 ways to get out now from a toxic relationship or marriage. Here's number one. Admit to yourself that you're actually in a toxic relationship or marriage. How do you know? Contempt, criticism, condemnation, condescension, manipulation, stonewalling, silent treatment, or any form of psychological abuse, mental, emotional, or physical abuse. Think of it this way. What do you actually feel in this person's presence? Do you feel expanded and confident and upright and secure? Or do you shrink and you want to run away? Does your heart race? Do you breathe shallow? Do you feel constantly afraid and in fear? If you do, then you're obviously in a toxic relationship. Also, at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you a link to another video that I created on the 5 types of emotional vampires, and I speak in detail about the kind of physical things you experience when you're in a toxic relationship or in a relationship with a narcissist or an emotional vampire. Number 2. Accept that love isn't enough. Now, this is a really difficult one for most people because we all have this concept that love conquers all. And if he tells me he loves me, if I tell him that I love him, then we're both going to be happy and we're going to conquer everything. Very rarely does love conquer toxicity or abuse in a relationship. Which leads us to number 3. Stop trying to change him. This is a big challenge for men because they always want to change the man. You think that he can be more. You think that he could realize his potential, and you think, if I could just love him more, if I could give him more, if I could support him more, he could change. No, people don't change until they're ready to change. And men usually don't want to change. They don't like to be told they have to change. And they'll only change when they really need to change. And by then it's usually too late. Number 4. Stop allowing him or her to gaslight you. Now, I have created another video on the 20 signs that you're being gaslighted. Gaslighting is a psychological form of abuse where the other person is trying to manipulate and control you into thinking that your memories and perceptions are wrong and that you're insane. Now, please note, we're not talking about someone who does this occasionally, who questions the way that you perceived an event. We're talking about someone that does it to you on a regular basis. Again, at the end of this video, I'll give you the link to the gaslighting video. Number 5, stop believing his promises and begging. Now, I understand this is particularly difficult if your partner is either an alcoholic, an addict, or is constantly engaging in some form of drug abuse. Then they're going to make you all these promises that they simply can't fulfill. And it's time to stop believing in those promises. Stop sacrificing your life for the other person. Now, I understand how this happens. You often think, if I sacrifice, if I give more of myself, more of my life, the relationship and the marriage will be happier and it'll be better. And yet it isn't. That's why you're here watching this video. So be careful of tricking yourself into thinking, if I sacrifice all of myself, he or she will change and the relationship will be better. Now, if you're constantly drawn to or controlled by the other person, then you also need help. You need professional help to deal with the issues that keep drawing you back to this unhealthy, toxic, or abusive person. Number 7, stop denying the truth. What is the truth? The relationship's over. If you've been in this relationship for a long time and you can see that there's a clear pattern of toxicity and abuse, and the other person isn't making any effort to change, or even if they're trying to change, they're simply not changing, then it's time to admit to yourself the relationship's over. And be careful. Don't label yourself a failure. The relationship may have failed, but that doesn't make you a failure. Number 8, get clear about what you want and what you want for your life. Can you choose yourself over this person? This isn't an act of selfishness. There are times in your life where you actually have to put yourself first. If you're in a toxic or an abusive relationship, it's time to put yourself first because you haven't been doing that and look at what the results are. Also consider, what is your vision for your life and for your relationship? Number 9, you will be okay. I understand that's hard to accept right at this moment because you're in constant fear, but you will be okay. You will make it, and you will actually have a better life once you're out of this relationship and once you allow yourself to actually be loved for, cared, and respected. Number 10, ask for help and support from your friends and family. The only way you can truly get out of this toxic relationship is by finding friends and family who'll support, encourage, and believe in you, and who'll be there the whole way to help you to get through this. Number 11, beware of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Does this happen? One moment he's sweet and loving and charming, and the next he's abusive. And you keep focusing on the charming, loving, sweet, innocent man, and yet that's not what you're getting. It's not enough. You have to have consistency. You don't need perfection, you need consistency. Number 12, take control of your life. Who's been in charge of your life thus far? You or the other person? Have you been playing the victim? It's time to take back your life. It's time to take back your power. It's time to take control of your life. Number 13, accept that it is healthy for your children to see you happy. Now, there are many people that stay in toxic or even psychologically or physically or verbally abusive relationships for the sake of the children. And you think, oh, it's important that my children have 2 parents or my children have security. They don't have security. What's happening is that they're absorbing all of the negative emotions, all of the pain, all of the suffering, and all of the abuse in this toxic environment. And they're either going to grow up and copy dad, or they're going to copy you. That means that if you're a mother and you have a daughter, she'll grow up and end up being in an abusive relationship because she believes at a subconscious level that's the way women are meant to be treated, because that's the example you've been showing. Remember, your children are like sponges. They absorb everything around them. Show them a better example. It's healthier and happier for them, better for their development, if they see you being happy and being loved and cared and respected. And the 14th way, the 14th step to get out now from a toxic relationship or toxic marriage, accept that it will really hurt at first. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be simple. You're going to face a lot of challenges. You're going to experience confusion and loss and grief and doubt. You're going to want to go running back to what you thought was security. And be willing to accept that and understand that's part of the process. Turn to your friends. Turn to your family. Turn to your support system to help you through that tough first step, because it will be tough for the beginning. But once you're out and once you're free and you're feeling alive and you're able to work towards realizing your full potential, then you'll feel like all that weight is off you. And then you'll not only feel free, you'll feel free to express love and to allow someone else to love you. Now stay with me, because I'm going to share with you some links to 2 important videos, one on the 20 signs you're being gaslighted, and the other one on the 5 types of emotional vampires and how to deal with them. And then also a link, not to a video, but to my website in case you actually need help. If you're in a toxic or abusive relationship and you don't know how to get out, go to my website, patrickwanis.com, and book a session or phone consultation.